Hey guys, Dark Fate here. Today's gonna be a movie review. As you guys know, Bruno came out on Friday, so me, my friend, and our our dads went to go see it. And if you're not familiar with my movie scale, since I just made it really, I just redid it. So in the from the last well, I redid it in the last one. So I'm just gonna go over it again, just in case there's some new viewers on here. So I am going to be doing a 5-star scale. 1 star being cinematography, next being musical score, acting, plot, and enjoyability. So let's get right into it. So cinematography. If you're not familiar with Sacha Baron Cohen, he was the dude who did Borat, and it was basically he was this character who was from Kazakhstan, and he just goes to America to kind of learn about American culture, and it kind of the movie really exposed like a lot of like American, like how Americans think and react in different situations, and it was a really it's a really funny movie, and basically Bruno is just he made up another character, and this time he's a gay Austrian like fashion model. Yeah, he's 19. The character is 19, and he goes to America because he gets kicked out of he gets like X-listed basically from the Austrian fashion scene. So he goes to America to become a star. So actually, I'm gonna start with the plot. So that's the plot basically. Um, it's it's kind of hard to judge the plot and something for this kind of movie. It it wasn't it kind of was like a bad version of Borat, because he kind of does the same thing. Like he starts off with a bunch of like funny interview kind of things, and then something happens and he kind of has like a ultimatum, and his friend leaves him like in Borat, and then he like finds new kind of happiness kind of thing in a sense. That's kind of like how Borat was, the way the plot goes, and this is the same follows for Bruno. And it's an okay plot. I mean, it's nothing spectacular. It works for what this movie is doing. So I'm gonna give the plot and story a full star just because it's not bad for what this movie is supposed to be. The cinematography, again, there's gonna be a bunch of comparisons to Borat in this, since it's by the same guy. Borat was a lot. I don't know if it was necessarily a lower budget, but it was filmed to look like it was a lower budget movie, and that was kind of like the good thing about Borat. Like it seemed a lot more real, but in Bruno, it's extremely edited. It's extremely high definition looking. Not that, I mean, you know what I mean. Like it just looks very high quality, like camera work. A lot of different angle switches and things like that. And in my opinion, that takes away from the experience that this movie is supposed to be doing. Also, it's like you could tell that it's kind of edited so it looks funnier than what's really happening. I mean, it's kind of hard to say unless you actually see it. But I'm gonna give the cinematography a half star just because it doesn't really work for what this movie is supposed to be doing. So yeah. So next we're gonna go to musical score. If you like Austrian like techno kind of things, then you will like the music. I mean, there's a lot of that kind of in there, like Gunther kind of music, and it's funny. I thought the score isn't extensive in this movie. It doesn't need to be, so I'll give that a full star. That's basically a musical score. The acting. Well, this movie is supposed to be more of a satirical kind of movie in a sense, but there is a lot of acting in it, which is kind of the ironic thing for what this movie is supposed to be doing. But like for Sasha, the Bruno character is acted very well. You could tell he put a lot of time into it. Some of the scenes were scripted. I mean, they have to be, I guess. But and there was even some scenes in Borat that were scripted. But I mean, for the most part, Borat was all like real things. But in Bruno, a lot of it is scripted. and there's only a few scenes that are really like that's what actually happened, without all the editing and everything. And um, I don't know. It's the acting is funny. I mean, that's really all I can say. So I'll give the acting a full star. And finally, in the enjoyability, although I was pretty much laughing through this whole movie, once I walked out of you kind of, at least I did, you kind of feel like you kind of like wasted your time with this movie because it really didn't capture what Borat did. It was kind of like a bad version of Borat, and like I guess it's like kind of like a thrill ride. It's enjoyable for the time that you're in it, but once you're on it, then it's just kind of like, did I even go on it? It's kind of like it's very forgettable. Um, Enjoyability, I don't know. It's kind of more of a selective thing. Um, I'll give it a half star for me. Um, and then this one side note: if you're gonna see this movie and maybe you like have kids or something, I mean, obviously you're probably not gonna take like little kids to see this, but like I don't know, even if your parents are like strict about that, there is a lot of nudity in this. There's frontal nudity. You'll see penises and things like that. There's some sex scenes. There's a full frontal nudity on a woman in it. So I mean, there is a lot of like vulgar things in it. So yeah. So enjoyability is half star. Musical score is half star. Or no, musical score is full star. Acting is full star. Plot is full star. And cinematography is half star. So what's that? That is a like a four stars. But I'm actually gonna take that down. I think it's probably a 3 out of 5. Even if that's not what the stars add up to, it just doesn't really work that well. So that's Bruno.